Well, good afternoon, and welcome aboard again on Encore 5. It is December 16th. I've now been officially retired for 1 month and slowly trying to get into the groove of that. And last video, I promised you guys, or mentioned that we were going to do a bilge pump repair and a water tank, water heater repair, and I've had some delays. So anyway, ran into a couple obstacles. So the bilge pump is taking a little bit more than I thought. There was some wiring issues. A lot of the wiring that went to it is kind of old and brittled. I'm trying to cut it back to where it's a little smoother, and then we'll film ourselves doing that repair. And of course, the water heater, I just need to get on that. But today, yesterday, and tomorrow, I am in Coast Guard school online on a Zoom call doing a 100-ton master's license. So that really takes priority over everything. But I'll show you what I'm doing here, because I know to a lot of people, you just kind of wonder what is the daily routine here on a boat like this. So typically, you have your basic cleaning, right? Which dusting and vacuuming, things like that. We're gonna hit downstairs here. Yes, the dogs emphasize the cleaning part. So we'll come on down here into the engine room. You can see at least what I'm working on down here. And these are the Dirty Dozen, two of the Dirty Dozen. Detroit Diesel V1271T, they're turbocharged, 675 horsepower each. We also have our own laundry in here, a new washer and dryer. And for heating and air conditioning, we have a chiller system with a tempered water loop. So that sends a water loop around the boat, and it's held to a certain temperature that I set here. And then you set the fans on, off, and or fan speed in each room of the 11 zones to control your temperature. So we have two of those chillers. The other chiller over here on the starboard side, you can see. So tucked back in the corner, bring you over this way. This is the water heater. So I'm going to get in here, and you can see the two elements. And what I did was I used my laser temperature sensor, and I put it on both sensors. And the top sensor is very hot, the bottom one not so much. So I'm pretty sure the bottom one's shot, but I'm just going to do both of them because when one goes, the other falls pretty shortly. And so anyway, if you didn't know, on electric water heaters, that top part is a short shot. That's for your dishwashers, washing your hands, maybe laundry, washer machine. And then the bottom 2/3, that's for your long duration hot water, which would be showers and such. So that's why we're getting hot water when we wash our hands. But the minute I go take a shower, it goes sideways on me. Down here, this is where the bilge pump thing is. And so what happened was, up here, this is the wiring box for the bilge pump. And I found a schematic that came with the new bilge pump, and I'm able to kind of correlate the two. So this way I can run, if I need to, I can run new wiring. But I think what happens is, this is nice soft wiring up here. It's a little brittle down by the bilge because it's been in and around salt water or other oils and such like that over the years. I think if I cut it back far enough, we'll find some softer sheathing on the wiring, and then I'll just go ahead and start from there, do the splicing there. So I'll be back to the Coast Guard school here in just a minute, and then we'll get on these repairs later in the week. Of course, I have to go visit my mom, some time there, and right around Christmas time, I'll probably finish all this stuff. But nonetheless, I told you guys, shorter segments and more videos. So hopefully this one will tell you where we're at, and I'll let you take one last look here at the beasts down here. 12 cylinder. These are the engines that won World War II, and they are just unbelievable. 2-stroke diesels. They fire right up and start eating right away. And then on either side of the engine room, and we'll talk more about this in later episodes and stuff, we have two Northern Lights generators, 36 kilowatt each. Each one can run the whole ship if it needs to, but typically we alternate them for electrics. And then the port side one has the hydraulic pressure takeoff, or PTO, power takeoff. That's for the windlass and the anchor, for the anchor windlass, and also for the bow thruster. So when we're docking or anchoring, we only use that generator for the hydraulics, and we use this generator for electrics, and then we go back to swapping them every 12 hours or so as needed. This way you just keep the time moving on both. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, a quick mechanical tour. Have a great day.